Hi, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times. Tuesday, July 28th, news from Arkansas. Breaking news. There's word developing in Arkansas that the Civil War is over 150 years after Appomattox. I'm joking a little bit, but there have been these developments in the last 24 hours or so. The Fort Smith School Board last night voted unanimously 7-0 to end using Dixie as a fight song and using a Confederate rebel as the mascot for Southside High School. Those symbols were intentionally adopted in the mid-60s as opposition to desegregation. The school remained segregated for some 15 years after it was founded. It was long overdue for change. The interesting thing was it was an overwhelmingly white school board that made this decision, and it did it in front of an audience that was included quite a few white people that were calling for this change after so many years. There were some people that wanted to keep the mascot. That happened. Also yesterday I got word that a Little Rock woman who's leading a drive to change the name of Confederate Boulevard in Little Rock, it runs for part of its course past the National Cemetery, has enough signatures on a petition to change the name of that street, to remove that relic of the Confederacy from the city of Little Rock. And finally, the Democratic Party of Arkansas said today that it's considering renaming its Jefferson Jackson Day fundraising dinner. It's named after two presidents, Thomas Jefferson and Andrew Jackson. Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner. Some other Democratic Party and other states have decided to make this change because of the historical references. A lot of Republicans have made hay out of the fact that Jefferson, a slave owner, has been used for Democratic Party politics. I predict now they will say it's political correctness to remove the name. You know, people do change. People have long histories. Ronald Reagan, who's one of the namesakes of the Republicans' fundraising dinner, was once a Union leader. Winthrop Rockefeller, former governor of Arkansas, was also honored in the annual Republican fundraising campaign, was a major supporter of Planned Parenthood and also opposed the death penalty. These are both things you won't find a modern-day Republican bragging about. Elsewhere, Mike Huckabee continues to get exactly what he wanted, a ton of publicity for comparing the Iranian nuclear deal to the Holocaust. It left Jon Stewart, the comedian on The Daily Show, speechless. I've got a link to his funny bit on it last night. A number of websites have tried to find out if there's evidence for what Mike Huckabee says, that a number of Jews have been complimentary of his remarks. They can't find anybody who seems to agree that this was the proper kind of rhetoric to use. Even the ruling party in Israel has had critical things to say about it. But Mike Huckabee's gotten his attention. It might propel him into the first Republican presidential debate, which is what his outrageous remarks are all about. In local news, a 20-year sentence was handed down in Pulaski Circuit Court today for a man who killed a Baptist pastor and his granddaughter in a wreck on Interstate 32 years ago. A woman was shot in Shorter Gardens apartments early this morning. Another woman, young woman of about the same age, is in custody. Asa Hutchinson, the governor, says that his plan to reform prisons and reduce the number of people in expensive prisons and lead them to better lives on parole and in reentry to the workforce, says things are going so well right now he needs $7 million to open still more prison beds. He urges us to be patient. It's going to take some patience before we do something about Arkansas's growth in prison population, as Lindsay Miller wrote about for us a week or so ago. Elsewhere on the Arkansas blog, Brian Chilson of our staff went to the popular Eagles concert at Verizon Arena last night. He's got some pictures if you'd like to take a look. And also there's a video that you might be interested. There's been quite a bit of controversy in Arkansas about a factory hog farm that was located in the Buffalo River watershed. The owners of that farm, I suspect with the help of Cargill, who's supplying them, have produced a very slick video about their operation and how environmentally sound it is. It makes it look so beautiful and wonderful. I think you'd want a hog farm right next door to you. Check it out. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.